Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, I believe. Once again, I'm not quite sure the date. um, I hope you're having a beautiful sunny morning like I am. My morning has gotten off to a very late start. I've had a number of things come flying at me this morning that I wasn't expecting. Everything from my kids' schooling, as we're all dealing with those challenges, lots of parents dealing with that. And I have two kids that I homeschool, or I'm dealing with the schooling stuff. Anyhow, and aside from that, I've been getting a lot of private messages, emails, and things coming at me in regards to conspiracy. So I have decided I'm going to start speaking up a little bit about the conspiracies out there. Some of you who have done courses with me in the past know that I am a person who follows conspiracy theories. I do think about them, I consider them, and I encourage others to do so. I am a firm believer that the powers that be don't always have my best interest at heart. I think they have their own interest at heart. And then maybe some of them, I think there's definitely some of them that care about the general public. I think a lot of people go into powerful positions with good intentions. I also think that once they get in there, they get told what line to follow. So I'm always on the alert for when somebody who's in power is threatening my freedom. Because in the end, I believe that the only way we will ever protect ourselves truly is when we protect our freedom. So I'm a big person. Whenever you see your freedoms being taken away from you, which means anything that is made mandatory, it is of great concern. And right now with this pandemic, wow, we're all sent to our rooms, aren't we? That's a lack of freedom, isn't it? Yeah, it makes you question things. So I am not by any means telling you to ignore the advice that's being given out there about self-quarantining and cleaning and things like that. Personally, I happen to be one of these bubble people. I have a very large personal space and I like it. So this social distancing is actually quite comfortable for me. But aside from that, I know not everybody is the same way on it. And I'm absolutely follow the rules of safety, of healthcare, cleaning, all of that. Follow it. But keep your eyes open. A temporary position is what we're in. Anything that is being put into place with a longer term goal of keeping your freedoms from you, that's not good. Decisions of unchecked power. Okay, we had Trudeau tried to run that one past us, right? Unlimited power for Trudeau for 2 years. Remember he tried that, the very first relief package he came out with, right? That is a huge red flag going, whoa, why would we give away our power for any unknown limited amount of time? We need to be focusing on a day-to-day here, not, give away all our power for the next year. Nobody knows how long this is going on. The scientists do not know. The numbers, there's so many questions out there. We cannot tell anybody right now what is going to be a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. So watch for it. Watch for where your freedoms are being taken away. That is number one, I want to say. That wasn't actually where I was intending to start. But anyhow, be aware. Be aware. And be a voice when you need to be. Be prepared to be a voice when you need to be. All right? Keep yourself open-minded and prepared. So the other thing I wanted to bring up, and one of the big ones that came to me a lot, actually, it's come to be a lot for the last 3 weeks, really highlighted. I've heard about this for years. Really, really highlighted, though, has been this 3 days of darkness. I don't know if you've heard about this. There's a lot of talk that the internet and the media is all going to be shut down. We're going to be told to stay in our homes. We're going to, we're supposed to still have power and water for the most part, but everything's going to be shut down. The financial system, everything. For 3 days is the majority of what I've been hearing. I've also heard 10 days. I've also heard a few other variances over it. But let's think about this for a minute, okay? First of all, the way the internet is designed, I'm not even quite sure that they could turn it off at all, everywhere. The way it's actually designed is in such a way that it's multiple places. Like I don't know. I question that. And I haven't done the research to verify it, but I question that. I don't even know that it's possible. But let's say it is possible. I personally don't believe this is going to happen. I really don't. I do not believe that it is. I don't believe anybody in their right mind, and I do still think that even if they're not on my side for power, they are thinking. They are thinking people. I just don't like the way they think, right? If they shut down all media, all the internet, and the e-commerce, all of that, if they shut that down, the panic that would ensue would just be a mass destruction. We would have rioting in the streets. We'd have people acting in so much fear. It would be out of control. It's not something that military can control us. We're bigger. There's more numbers of people than there are military, okay? We can't outnumber them if we needed to. And the fact is, if you unplugged us all like that, that's exactly what you would have. You would have a mass, overwhelming power of fear that would be ripped throughout all society across the entire our country, United States, around the world. There would be a mass fear, okay? And when people go into a mass fear like that, there would be rioting, looting, crime. Like, it would be chaos in the worst imaginable thing. Okay, so think about that. They're not going to turn us. 3 days of darkness, not going to happen. You might get, what you'll notice is there'll be glitches. I mean, we've already noticed there's lots of glitches in the internet. There's all of a sudden websites that were there one day, they're not there the next day. There's lots of connection problems. There's a ton of problems going on. Yeah, that is legitimate. That could be somebody cleaning up the internet and taking down some of this structure that is not in our best interest. You never know. Now, the other side of this too, to think about it logically, is if we arouse such panic by turning all the power off, going into the 3 days of blackness, 10 days of blackness, okay, darkness, not blackness, darkness. If we go into that and we create that level of fear in people, that's not serving the good guys. So if you're into the conspiracy theories and you've got the good guys that are out there doing this, they're not going to want the mass panic. Light workers don't want to create mass fear, so they're not going to do something that's going to, from a light worker's perspective, we're not going to do something that's going to induce fear, okay? So it doesn't make sense. Now, 3 days of, or 10 days of some sort of military op, where they're going into some underground bunkers or I can't even think of them, right? I mean, I just don't think that way. But anyhow, some sort of black ops military thing going on, that I could believe. Okay, that's quite possible. What this 3 days of darkness, 10 days of darkness, whatever, that could be referring to some military operation that's going down. Quite possible. So my whole point is, when you're listening to these conspiracy theories, think about it logically. Don't just take the video, read the article, and jump on it and share it around and go, oh, look, we're going to be in trouble. Everybody look out, look out, look. Think it through. Think about what you are sharing. Think about what you're talking about. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. Don't be afraid to have the discussions. But try and keep yourself out of the drama. It can be exciting. It can be fun. But be aware that you can also be spreading a lot of fear. And keep your logical thinking going on. Right? Think about how these things play out. None of us really know what's going on, right? And a lot of us, one of the reasons why we follow the conspiracy theories and why we like them so much is because we've realized that the world we live in kind of sucks. We're all, the whole idea that we are slaves to the financial system and we are just various degrees and levels of slavery is very, very true. And I think we all know that at our core. Is that this monetary system, the mass consumerism, the industrial pollution, the pollution from our homes right through, the toxins that are in our environment, all of this is unsustainable. It's wrong. We all know it. But everyday people, I'm sorry, but recycling my milk jug isn't going to save the planet. It is a contribution. It is a consciousness. It is a mindset. It is absolutely necessary. I'm not telling you not to recycle. I'm saying that my recycled milk jug ain't putting as much pollution out there as the big massive industries are. And they're buying credits from each other and getting away with it. Nobody's stopping them. And we all know deep inside that the corruption in this world is massive. It's everywhere. And we don't have the answers to solve it. So that is why our conspiracy theories, whether they're true or not, they give us hope. So right now, when we are in a period of unknown, we are in such an unusual period of unknown, we are looking for hope. And some of the best hope we get is from the conspiracy theories. Okay? And there is a lot of evidence behind them. When you start investigating them, there's a lot of evidence. So I've been following a lot of this stuff since about the late 80s. Late 80s, it started coming into my awareness. And then it's just continued my entire life. I have been aware of the different conspiracies, the QAnon, the cabal, all of that, secret government, aliens and everything else. It has been an interest of mine forever. So I've been following it for a very, very long time. I do appreciate a lot of the stuff that's being shared with me because I can't keep up to date with everything that's going on. And I'm putting out a lot of my own work right now because I think we are on an edge of opening up our consciousness. So I appreciate it to everybody that has been sending me stuff. I have enjoyed a lot of it. Thank you. And I'm glad to see you guys all out there thinking. I'm glad finally, all those people out there that have been rolling their eyes at me and ridiculing me and telling me that I'm nuts, along with everybody else who's questioned this stuff. We're finally having our heyday, right? People are going, oh, maybe they were thinking about something. Huh? Yeah, we were. They were. It wasn't completely nuts. Yeah, there are a few of us that are nuts, but some of us are actually quite reasonable, logical thinking people. All right. So thank you, everybody. It's nice to come and join the party. Welcome to the party. Anyhow, get out there and investigate. So the other one that I'm going to touch base with real quick here, because I am getting a little bit longer than I want to be, is this 5G and the health implications behind 5G. It is a huge subject. There's a lot of there is a lot of research out there that shows it's good, shows it's bad. There's not a lot that shows it's any good for our health. What it's good for is the streaming capacity, okay, the Wi-Fi capacity that we're available to. But it's not necessary. Okay, it is not necessary. We have known for a very, very long time, there's a ton of research, it's very well known that Wi-Fi is not good for our bodies. It's not. Okay, but we enjoy the convenience of it. And I do have Wi-Fi. Now, I do have my personal choice in my home has been to have landlines because they are cleaner. But I have Wi-Fi. I just turn my Wi-Fi on and off. So I tend to have it off at night. And anybody who's a parent to a teenager having the power to turn off the Wi-Fi, it's pretty good. I encourage you to set that up. Anyhow, so 5G, be aware of it, look into it, find out about it, do some research on it, make some decisions for yourself, because there is a lot of validity there on whether or not this is good for our health. And more recently, I've been discovering that there is a difference in styles of 5G and what is required to put them in place. I personally, like I said, I'm a conspiracist. I believe that there's other things going on here. And I also believe that I am a spiritualist conspiracy. and spiritualist. And as a spiritualist, I believe we are opening up our consciousness. I also believe in the science that has been researched over the last 30 years. Really, it goes back further than that, much further than that. But in the last 30 years, there's actually an institution out of California called the Heart Math Institute that has done a massive amount of research and scientific research where they're like hooking up those caps with all the plugins and everything to your head and measuring what your brain waves are in your body. Okay, that type of science information research that has shown we actually don't need all this technology. We don't. We are capable of it in our bodies. And as a spiritualist, I believe that's the way we should be going. Okay. And I'm going to talk further videos on that another time. But what I want to say today is keep your mind open. Think for yourself. Read between the lines. And do your research. Okay. Consider all possibilities. And above all else, first and foremost, be aware of your freedoms. Be thankful for them and protect them. All right. Now, I'm going to talk one thing about freedom just real quick. I know I'm running out of time here, but one thing about freedom, a lot of people say, oh, like the anti-vaxxer argument, it's about giving up your freedom. And making it mandatory. And how many people will die from if you don't get a vaccine. Okay. There is that argument, and I get it. And I'm not swaying anybody on that argument. But I do want to point out, stop and think in history how many people have died for your freedom. How many people have been willing to put their lives on the line, their children's lives on the line, their lover's life on the line, their entire communities, countries that have been people have been willing to put them in danger to protect your freedom, the freedom that you have today. You need to protect that freedom. And yes, I am willing to put my life on the line for freedom. Because I do believe in freedom, and I believe in freedom for everybody. So beware. And you know what? Thankfully, we don't have to arm ourselves and go to war to fight for our freedom. We just have to be aware where they're trying to take it away from us. And we have safe ways of protesting it. We have a safe way of projecting our voice on it. So make sure you do it. All right. Anyhow, enjoy your morning cup of coffee. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, wait. I forgot. I keep forgetting to do this. Like me on Facebook. Check out my next video. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Help me get the word out there on morning thoughts. Letting people think. Right? That's what it's all about. Let's just think and let's talk. Let's discuss. Let's explore. Embrace the day. Embrace your life. Embrace the joy in life. And shine bright in this world. Talk to you later. Bye.